Rainbow Rowell and Jorge Antonio take Jennifer Walters back to basics as the She-Hulk tries to set her career straight, but the former villain Titania, among other things, try and put a hamper on her plans. Rainbow Rowell relaunches She-Hulk just in time for her Disney Plus show later on this year, using the reset the character underwent recently in the Avengers book with Jason Aaron to take her back to basics and return her to her lawyer roots. This first issue does a great job reacquainting Jennifer with some of her regular supporting cast from past series, like fellow giant lady Titania, using the hero and villain's past relationship to build on it, but not doing it in a way that alienates new readers who'll be picking up this series no doubt for the first time. On top of that, the book sets up a quick mystery at the end of this first issue with Jack of Hearts appearing and doing what he does best, which is dying off. Obviously, this is no doubt going to be picked up in issue 2, and I'm intrigued to see what exactly this is setting up for Jennifer to deal with. On top of bringing back the hero and taking her back to basics and setting up her law career again, Rainbow also makes sure to include something which I think comics have been lacking as of late, and that is tall, muscle-bound women beating the crap out of each other, so I very much appreciate that being most of this first issue. Jorge Antonio lends his talents to the book and draws a mean She-Hulk, with the design returning to her more traditional look that fans have missed for quite some time. I thoroughly enjoyed Titania's business casual look here, as well as the fight she and She-Hulk have, which was most of the issue. It was a lot of fun, flowed really nicely. She-Hulk issue 1 was a fantastic back to basics first issue in the character's relaunch, making Jennifer even more relatable than ever and doling out a healthy dose of action and mystery. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10. She-Hulk issue 1 finds Jennifer Walters heading to work, finding herself hating that she has to start over again and she was supposed to have something to show for her life by now, thinking that she would have made partner or at least have her own apartment. Jennifer is soon confronted by Titania, who wants to see Jennifer's other half come out to play, hearing that she got cut down to size. Jennifer knows that relatively speaking she did, but thought that they were past all of this. Mary reveals that she turned back to her old life, ripping a stop sign from the ground and asking Jennifer why she keeps reinventing herself and landing on her feet, whereas she keeps landing on her face. Kicking off her shoes, Jennifer says that it's because she keeps picking fights with Hulks. Jennifer dodges the sign, wanting Mary to give her a minute as she slams a car door into the giant woman. Jennifer gets out of her clothes, telling Mary that this is her one and only suit and she's not ruining it for her fight. Hulking out, She-Hulk grabs the sign from Titania, knowing that she won't beat her. Mary isn't so sure, knowing that she's done it before as she smashes Jennifer in the face. Jennifer knows that when she did, she went to jail after beating her, throwing Mary into an alley. Mary knows it felt pretty good though, and it always does, since mixing it up with Jennifer is the only time she gets to actually cut loose. She-Hulk catches Titania with her arm, asking if she's still married and has a house. Mary says that she has a rental house, knocking the wind out of She-Hulk as she asks what's wrong with her and these questions. She-Hulk catches her punch, saying if she had what Mary had, she wouldn't throw it away. She-Hulk tosses Mary into a dumpster, making Mary confused since she thinks this is some patronizing bullshit, but also she feels sorry for Jennifer all of a sudden. Jennifer hopes that they are done there with the endorphin hit, but Mary knows that they aren't done until one of them can't get up. Jennifer wants to change the rules of the engagement this time, not wanting to incapacitate her or send her to jail, actually enjoying the fight Mary puts up since there aren't many people she can hit with a telephone pole without feeling guilty about it. Jennifer suggests that they meet at a vacant lot and blow off some steam, wanting to do it for both of them since they both clearly need it. Mary thinks that this is some type of trick and she'll just arrest her, but Jennifer knows that as long as she isn't wanted by the law, it's all good. Mary agrees with the offer, wanting one of Jennifer's business cards, but the woman doesn't actually have any. Mary asks if Jennifer really is okay, and if that really was her only suit, wanting to lend her some cash, but Jennifer waves it off, knowing she's okay and she's got it under control. The women leave the alley and Jennifer retrieves her clothes, racing across town to Chelsea, where Mallory Book tells her that she is late for work. She isn't too happy with the attorney she has been given, showing Jennifer her small cramped office and telling Jennifer not to appreciate this since she isn't doing her any favors, and this is the only way she wouldn't have to face Walters in court. She tells her that there is no staff perks this time, no expense accounts or free bagels, and they'll be sharing a part-time assistant. Jennifer knows that's fine since she doesn't actually have any clients at the moment, and Mallory tells her to fix that, reminding Jennifer of their agreement and liking it when she calls her boss. Later on, Jennifer heads across town to see Janet Van Dyne, hugging her old friend as she asks where Jennifer's bags are. Janet shows her around her new apartment, with Janet telling her that she doesn't think she's ever used this one ever since the last time Jennifer stayed there. Jennifer knows that she won't be using it for long, but Janet is happy to help, wondering if she needs a loan of some type, citing her disheveled look. Jennifer knows that she's fine, knowing it's just been a while since she's done something other than avenging, and She-Hulk can't exactly go and shop at Old Navy since no one carries her sizes. Janet wants to help her out and thinks maybe they should go on a shopping trip, but Jennifer does still have some of the clothes she used to keep in the wardrobe. Janet takes her leave, so Jennifer looks around the apartment, finding all her old clothes are still there in the huge wardrobe. Later on, she takes the opportunity to reacquaint herself with the bath, relaxing and thinking maybe Janet was right and everything will be fine and she doesn't need to have it all, but she does want more. Suddenly there was a crash outside, so rushing from the bathroom, Jennifer is shocked to find that Jack of Hearts has broken into her home, calling out to Jennifer as he falls down dead on the ground.